Oh, I do see a Tapu Koko GX.
Yeah, so Tapu Koko is a nice way to surprise your opponent when they have a lot of energies in play, so that's not going to be available.
There's a Dedenne here and a Wobbuffet for somebody. I don't actually know who.
Yeah, Ian's the only one who plays that Wobbuffet, actually. That was going to be a big talking point. That's a really great way to shut down Tapu Koko Prism Star.
Right.
You can get rid of those energy cards.
If you can play your Tapu Koko Prism Star and then play a Wobbuffet, you're just in amazing shape. But that doesn't seem like it's going to be the case this time around, as Ian does start the game off. And, well, right away we're starting to see the power of this Pikachu Zekrom deck, finding a couple of big GX Pokemon right off the bat.
Yep, he has that electromagnetic radar. So
and now an Ultra Ball, finding another Pokemon. Talk about setting up.
Yeah, you get to burn your whole hand here and
just play Dedenne.
Probably find Dedenne and get going.
Draw 6. As good as it gets, really. And really going first is a huge advantage here in this matchup. Of course, there's Marshadow, which you can find through that Ultra Ball to start letting loose, and that does seem to be what Ian is finding. Yeah, I don't believe. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. He started it as the active Pokemon, so I apologize for that. That's actually going to be a very poor starter to start with, as you know, as you do not have access to letting loose on your first turn. But either way, Dedenne does come down after playing a couple of your GX Pokemon that we talked about earlier, and Dedenne does get to discard the hand and draw 6 additional cards through Dede Change. Unfortunately for Ian, that was basically all he had available to him, as he basically passed the turn right after playing Dede Change, Dedenne with Dede Change. Now Ryne, they're starting to play, I believe, Lily.
Yep.
And draws 4 cards.
Yep. Ian had a interesting choice in his hand. He had Ultra Ball, and he also had some Lightning energies, so he could have continued to push if he wanted to, but chose not to do that. And now it's over to Ryne, and they have to figure out how to get themselves in contention to get ahead of this matchup, because you've already played your Lily. You've played a lot of cards in your hand. Do you now have to get a Dedenne to continue to increase your hand size, or are you going to be content with a slower turn as well?
Yeah, I believe that's a Stealthy Hood on the active Pokemon for Ryne, right?
Yep.
So that's something you don't see in every Pikachu Zekrom deck list.
Yeah, it's been sneaking its way into some of the Reshiram and Charizard deck lists, but I have not seen it very often here.
That's kind of what you have to do, though, is play these techie cards that are just not very popular if you want to surprise your opponents at something as big as the international championships.
Yep. So Ryne does have that Dedenne. They're going to be able to get 6 cards now. Found another Dedenne as well. So if they want to push, that's an option, but
there's a Thunder Mountain in, I believe, Ryne's hand.
Yep.
All right, so not an well, maybe I'm wrong. Let's see, there is an Ultra Ball, so it could be an explosive start here for Ryne.
Yeah.
Tapu Koko Prism Star would be nice to find here.
That would definitely help with the energy.
And there it is, the Tapu Koko Prism Star at the bottom of the deck, found by Ryne and immediately added to Ryan's hand. Of course, combined with the Thunder Mountain, that's about as good as it's going to get on turn 1 for you. Yeah,
Ryne looks like they will be filling their bench here now with the Dedenne along with the Tapu Koko. Of course, once you use that Tapu Koko's ability, you don't have to worry about it being in play anymore. You're going to get those lightning energies.
It's time to dance. Well, I'm going to say dance with the Ancients, because I'm going to dance along with that Tapu Koko, and I'm sure Ryne is as well, as that's a powerful start here for Ryne Morgan, as now they get to find, attach a couple of lightning energies from the discard pile, which allows the full blitz on turn 1 to find 2 lightning energies and attach them onto your benched Pikachu and Zekrom GX. So now, basically at the blink of an eye, we have 5 energy in play for Ryne Morgan, and Ian Robb is down a Marshadow, but more importantly, down 4 energy in play.
All right, and imagine if there was a Wobbuffet in play, because none of this really happens then. But yeah, Ian wasn't unable to find it because it's in his prize cards.
I mean, exactly. I couldn't agree with you more. Now here's Ian trying to find a mountain to come back here. I'm not exactly sure what Ian does to to kind of put himself back in the driver's seat, as there's just so much energy in play for Ryne that at this point you're just going to try to get your knockouts where you can if you're Ian, but in a sense you kind of hope for the best.
Yeah, he's
The Tapu Koko GX was prized for, I believe, Ian, right? Or was that Ryne?
not sure. Well, we are going to see that Guzma come into play here. And Ian has a lot to figure out this turn because that is a big Pokemon staring him down. Those tag team Pokemon with so many hit points and attack power. Looks like Ian does have his Tapu Koko, so he is going to be able to use
so
that
it's
Thunder
Ian that has the
Mountain.
Tapu Koko. Well, that's one knockout right there.
Yeah, that's pretty important. There were 6 energies in play, so going to be able to hit for 300 damage with that GX attack.
All right, well, Tapu Thunder GX is basically no laughing matter here. Tapu Koko GX is going to allow Tapu Thunder GX to take the first 3 prizes of the game, and now Ian Robb is going to be able to basically be one tag team GX attack away from winning the match, or winning the game, but that comes at a pretty hefty cost. You are basically attaching everything you have onto this Tapu Koko, which means if it does get knocked out, which, I mean, to be fair, seems very, very easy to do.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna have to find a way to attach your energies from here on out again. And if Ryne can find their Tapu Koko GX through the prizes, then Ryne's and yeah, I believe Ryne does find the. Oh wait, I'm sorry, that's Ian right there. Ian taking his 3 prizes. But if Ryne can find their Tapu Koko GX through a knockout onto the opposing Tapu Koko GX, then that's going to set up Ryne for the final 3 prizes against the Pikachu Zekrom GX. So we see a route to victory for Ryne here, but Ian definitely doing what he can in order to stay in this game.
Yeah. Now over for Ryne, they have the Pikachu and Zekrom still. Your opponent's used his GX attack, so you don't have to worry about that coming into play. You just have to find an alternate route now to get some damage down. You can always use your Pikachu and Zekrom, get some damage there. Just depends on what they value the most here.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. I think it's just important to keep your energy in play if you're Ryne. Try to maintain a variety of attackers and potentially just hope. I mean, at this point, I'm sure Ryne knows that the Tapu Koko GX is prized, and I believe that they only play 1. If I'm correct there.
Yep.
Which means that at that point, it's find your Tapu Koko GX and you feel pretty good. If you don't, then you're gonna have to start setting up a later part of the game. But that is 3 prizes taken, and if there's no Tapu Koko GX in the prizes, Kyle,
Yeah.
that's got to mean that it was added to Ryne's hand there.
Ryne also still has their GX attack available, and with 5 energies on the Pikachu and Zekrom along with Thunder Mountain, that means that you get that extra added effect from Tag Bolt. So there's a lot that can happen on this following turn. Ian's going to have to find something pretty impressive to combat this.
I got to be honest with you, Kyle. I don't see it in the hand.
It looks tough. And honestly, it's the power of getting that big opening turn. And Ian was not able to do that, even though he was able to go first. And Ryne just came out firing, and all this power is out now.
Yeah, there's got to be something I'm missing. There is a chance that we were just incorrect and there was no Tapu Koko GX in the prizes. We actually had kind of a blurred view of the prizes when they came down, but I don't see the Tapu Koko in Ryne's hand, and I thought that it was going to be there, which means this game's wide open, honestly.
Yep.
At this point.
So the Tapu Koko Prism Star is going to come into play, so those energies also going to jump in.
Remember, this game could be over for Ian right here. If Ian does find the Electro powers he needs.
Yeah, you can get a lot of damage down with a Pikachu and Zekrom tag team. We'll see. It looks like Dedenne is going to be the choice. Ian's still frantically looking through, finds Energy Switch, so he's got that for his Zeraora now.
All right.
And
well, Zeraora got the knockout there.
And that's it.
What did I miss? Oh, geez, of course. The Thunder Mountain was in play.
Okay.
So that's what allowed the knockout to happen. How did we miss that?
I mean, it's a sneaky card, but hey, it helps both players. You got to remember that too.
Well, that is game one, and now Ian is up 1-0 against Ryne here.
Yeah, this matchup is so volatile. Ian was able to come out and take that big knockout, and it puts him ahead. And I mean, how many attacks did he realistically have to get off? Just 2 big attacks, and Ian wins the game. Like, that's just what happens with these tag team Pokemon now.
Was there some Electro Powers played?
Could have happened. A lot of cards went down really fast, so that's also what happens when you're playing fast too. He was able to get that Dedenne down and draw enough after the fact. So,
well, either way, we are shuffling up and getting ready for game 2. Remember, you do have to win 2 out of 3 games here in order to declare victory. And we've seen this in round 2, Kyle. We've seen how this matchup is extremely volatile, and basically it could be over in the blink of an eye.
Yeah,
and that's kind of what happened. Is I blinked and I missed it apparently.
You're not alone, my friend. It was very fast. And, that's just what you have to come to expect with this matchup. 3 lightning. All
right, so here we go. 3 lightnings as well as 3 trainer cards prized. There is a handshake, and now a Wobbuffet prize again.
Man.
Well,
didn't need it last time.
Yeah, that's true.
maybe
this time you're going second though. So now that Ryne gets to go first, will we see Ryne take the lead?
Not with this start.
Nope, definitely not with this start.
Goodness.
I see an Ultra Ball, but just it seems like there was nothing going on in that end.
This can be very, very bad. Ian's deck is so fast. I mean, obviously Ryne's is as well. If they're able to draw supporters, maybe Dedenne, Ultra Balls, anything. But Ryne did not have that. So now they have to watch Ian as he makes his deck work. And
yeah, the nervous part for Ian's done, right? Like Ian just kind of course, nervously awaiting for Ryne to play their turn. And as Ryne kind of passes sheepishly, there's kind of like a sense of relief for Ian as, oh, that's all you had?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I can beat that.
Yeah, that's good. I can handle this. So, of course, it's going to depend on, oh, look at this. So Ian does not have very much as well, but he does have Electro Power plus Guzma. Going to be able to take the knockout on the Zapdos. And Ryne just 1 turn late, able to find that Lily.
All right.
So no switching effects available right now for Ryne. So this Zapdos is doing a pretty hefty 10.
Well, 10 damage is not what the doctor ordered, despite the weakness. So now it's okay. Well, there's an S-ball played. So the game is not quite over here, but we're going to need a lot of help here for Ryne.
Yeah. They just need to drop their hand very low, try to get some cards off of the Lily. Looks like Tapu Koko is going to be the choice. If you can get it out before your opponent plays that Wobbuffet, you got to do it.
By the way, we're getting word that it was 3 Electro Powers that just were not played on camera. So that would explain quite a bit. Like
I was lost.
Yeah.
So that makes me feel better.
That's basically the power of this Zekrom deck, right? Like not only does it deal quite a bit of damage just normally, but because of that Electro Power, like we were saying earlier, you really just deal insane amounts of damage before your opponent can really do anything about it. So that's the name of the game here. And if you can luckily or not draw these 3 Electro Powers at the right time, then that's going to let you end the game on turn 3.
Yeah, we got to see a little taste of that when Emily was playing against Daniel in the second rounds. Just choice band, double Electro Power out of nowhere, and you can just swing the game around.
Wow. And Ryne, we're seeing the struggles here as they're forced to just energy switch onto the benched Tapu Koko. Or, I'm sorry. It's a rough spot. It's a really, really rough spot.
Yep. So that electromagnetic radar is going to be able to find Dedenne, which means here we go. Ian's going to draw 6 cards now, and
To be fair, Ian hasn't exactly had the most electrifying start, right? No pun intended.
can I go home?
All right, but the pun was intended. You got me. But I mean, that's kind of what's keeping Ryne in the game here. Despite the fact that there's knockouts happening by Ian, it's just single prize knockouts,
Yep.
and that matters a little bit less. Though it does eventually get overwhelming if your opponent takes 3 single prize knockouts, and you're pretty much sure that they're going to be able to knock out a tag team at some point, right? As long as they have the electro powers available to them.
Yep. When the game doesn't go tag team knockout, it usually goes tag team GX and a non-GX for the game. So getting that non-GX attack out of the way means that anytime that a Dedenne comes into play or Zeraora comes in, you can just take that out, and then it's just one tag team. You're going to win the game. If your opponent overcommits, gets too many energies in play, you can tap a Coco, you can use your electro powers, and you can definitely find knockouts.
And you have got to just feel for Ryne here, as there's just been nothing that they can do this the second game, and the first game was just defined by the electro powers.
Yeah.
Ryne set themselves up for success, but there was nothing you can do against multiple electro powers, and that's just kind of what's going to happen. Now, we do have the potential for a full blitz here, and sure enough, that energy switch will allow a full blitz out of Ian, knocking out the Zapdos and putting 2 lightning energy from your deck onto the benched GX Pokemon.
Yep. So he's going to be able to search out 3 energies here now. This is a dangerous spot, though, because when you get this many energies in play, you open yourself up for Tapu Koko GX to come out of nowhere and take a knockout. Of course, if you're ready to combat that, if your Zeraora is just an Electro Power away, Choice Band away, you can just take that knockout right back and you'll feel comfortable. So the big swing turns are right on the cusp.
Yep, I misspoke, and it was 3 lightnings. But Ryne now needs an absolutely crucial turn here.
It's going to have to involve Dedenne, I assume, because Volkner for your supporter for the turn is not the best.
Right. I mean, you're absolutely right. But
better than what you had.
Exactly. And we will see a Dedenne, which just means that there's a very easy target on the field for a couple of knockouts if need be. Ian, of course, at 4 prizes. So could just be a couple of GX Pokemon. Doesn't have to be anything special like a Tag Team GX. I am definitely feeling for Ryne here, as game 1 was very unfortunate, and then game 2 has just been even worse.
Yeah, you wait to see what you can do when you go first, because it's such an important game for you. If you're able to show what you're able to do with your deck, and then you just draw a hand that can't go anywhere, it's super unfortunate.
Right. If you're Ryne, you're like, all right, well, you won game 1, but all you did was hold serve. As long as I can do it too, then I'll have another shot at breaking serve in game 3, but just didn't happen this time around. Well, it still hasn't happened this time around. Obviously, the game is nowhere near over yet, but it's a pretty big advantage here for Ian, if I'm going to be extremely honest here.
It's like 30 or 40 love right now. It's looking a little rough.
40 love, a couple games ahead. But yeah, so the Tapu Koko GX will allow a knockout here.
And then, yeah, that's what Ryne needed to do. You have to use your GX attack early, but it's going to take that 3 prize knockout. Only problem is that it looks like Ian's going to have the answer. Yeah,
and well, that's the thing too, is like you're left with like a 4-card hand. That 4-card hand is going to somehow have to get another Tag Team GX knockout, and you have no energy in play. That's the rough spot. And
I don't know if you caught it. Did you see the Electro Power slide real quick?
No, I did not.
Yep, see, he already did it, man. He plays super fast. He snuck it in the discard, so that is in play. That knockout right now happening.
I'm going to request that we just play Ian Robb's matches in like super slow-mo, just so we can keep up with the information there.
Yeah.
The Aurora GX does get the knockout there.
And now Ryne just has to figure it out. Just plays an Electro Power, not even knowing if they're going to get a good attack off with it. Just doesn't want to draw that right now, and needs to see 6 really good cards off of this Cynthia in order to come back. I see Dedenne, so maybe some options.
Dedenne is about as important a card as you can find, because you're going to need multiple cards, right? 6 cards is probably not even going to be enough.
Yeah.
But will the Dedenne be followed up with other Pokemon? There's a Rescue Scratcher. That's another big one.
You like
You can
the
find a Tapu Koko GX maybe.
looks like Zapdos is just going to shuffle some Pokemon into the deck. Okay.
Huh. Well, I mean, of course, Tapu Koko GX wouldn't make sense since the GX attack has already been used.
Yep. Maybe if that Rescue Stretcher could dip into the Lost Zone, grab that Coco again.
Oh, that would be fantastic. A little bit too overpowered for my taste. All right, so we find a Zapdos with that Nest Ball. I mean, if you can force your opponent to take a Zapdos knockout and just not have a Guzma or something like that, that's another route to victory.
Yeah.
I'm liking their strategy there. The Dedenne, though, discarding the hand, Dedenne change, draw 6 new ones. Will Ryne find what they need?
I see Electro Powers. I don't see
See an
any.
Ultra Ball.
Man,
Are we short?
this is tough.
Are we just short? This is just a tough spot to be in if you're Ryne, but they're doing what they can with what they're given. Remember, just had an absolutely unplayable hand at the start of the game and fell really far behind, but somehow trying to find a way to climb back into the game.
No real energy acceleration that I see available. You already
There's a
have.
Marshadow. There's a Marshadow there.
Okay.
So now if you Marshadow your opponent and you find a way to bring the Zapdos to the active position, well, and you bring the Zapdos to the active position, I should say, then all of a sudden your opponent might just be forced to take a one-prize knockout. And if that's the case, then we're going to have one more turn for Ryne to find a Tag Team GX KO.
Yep.
Doing what they can with what they're given. I like it.
Ryne could find Thunder Mountain and get attacks off with the Zapdos. I believe the energy attachment onto the Zeraora was this turn. If not, then there's another energy available. But that Thunder Mountain seems to be his their best option to get a knockout or at least get some relevant damage into play.
There's a Lightning Energy in hand as well as an Ultra Ball. I didn't see a Thunder Mountain, so no Thunder Mountain there. Just extend the game if you can. Zeraora going to be able to retreat for free.
Yep.
Sure does.
Gonna have to just stall behind the Marshadow.
Promotes Marshadow and passes the turn.
I think I see
That's
Guzma.
the Guzma. Right away, Ian Robb drew that Guzma and was able to take the final 2 prizes of the game to win this match 2-0 against Ryne Morgan in this mirror match, which was basically all Ian Robb all the way.
Man, these fast players playing fast decks, it is scary for the opponent, for the caster, for
the viewer.
The viewer, it's tough. But congratulations to Ian Robb. It was very well played. Obviously knows the matchup pretty well, and even though he has that tech card of the Wobbuffet, didn't even need